When Jenna Matthews signed that lease, she thought she was starting fresh. New job, new town, new chapter. A small duplex in Brattleboro, Vermont. Quaint, quiet, and within her budget. It was the kind of place where the neighbors waved and dogs barked politely. A single mom with 2 kids. Jenna didn't need perfect, just safe. The landlord, Chris Powell, was all smiles and dad jokes. Late 30s, divorced, always in cargo shorts no matter the weather. He even helped her carry the crib upstairs. "Anything you need, Jenna," he'd said. "This is your home now." He meant that last part a little too literally. At first it was the little things. A lost Amazon package that was delivered, but nowhere to be found. The front porch light bulb swapped out for one that flickered. Jenna's trash cans dragged back up the driveway before she even woke up. Then came the basement situation. She'd asked Chris about it. The locked door and the shared laundry space. He brushed it off. Oh, just tools and old Christmas junk. But when Jenna dropped a sock behind the dryer and peeked under the crack, she saw something else. A mounted camera, on a dusty tripod, pointed, not at storage, but at the shared laundry area. That was the first time she felt it, watched. She texted Chris. "Hey, quick, what's that camera in the basement for?" He replied 3 hours later. "Old security setup, hasn't worked in years, forgot it was even there." A lie so casual, it made her stomach turn. By the 3rd week she came home to find her window open. She always closed it, always, and the draft that blew through the room felt less like air and more like a warning. Narrator firmer now. Jenna's trust was eroding, one odd incident at a time. But the real breaking point, that happened the night she came home late from her shift, jiggled her keys and nothing turned. SFX key jammed, lock refusing to click, her breathing getting heavier. She texted her daughter inside. The girl opened the door effortlessly from within. So why didn't Jenna's keys work? Chris's lights were on upstairs, and through the curtain she saw him, watching. He didn't wave. He didn't blink. He knew she was locked out. SFX thunder rumble, slow fade into eerie silence. Jenna looked at the door, then at her kids safe inside, and in that moment, she realized something chilling. She wasn't just renting space. She was being cornered. If she hadn't hidden that camera, no one would have believed what he did while her children slept right beneath him. After the lock incident, Jenna stopped sleeping properly. She started checking the doors 3-4 times a night. Her phone stayed under her pillow. Every creak in the floor made her heart pound. And Chris, he kept smiling, shoveling her driveway, leaving fresh batteries on her doorstep, like the weirdness never happened. SFX, soft footsteps, fridge humming, light switch clicking. But Jenna wasn't stupid. She knew that fake kindness always comes before something real dark. So she did what any terrified but tech-savvy mom would do. She bought her own camera, a tiny motion-activated one, disguised as a carbon monoxide detector. She stuck it above the hallway light, just one angle, one test, one chance at truth. And for 2 nights, nothing. Kids went to school. Jenna went to work. Chris waved from the porch like some cursed Walmart greeter. Then night 3, she reviewed the footage before work. Just routine. Just in case. And there he was. SFX, low-pitched glitch buzz. Video rewind clicks. 1:17 a.m. Chris standing at her front door. Not knocking, not calling. Just standing, listening, leaning in like he could smell the inside of her life. Then he pulled out something from his coat. A key. He slipped it into the lock, twisted, then paused. He didn't go in. He just tested it, slowly, deliberately. And when it didn't turn, he looked up right at the camera. Except he didn't know it was a camera. SFX, sharp inhale, heartbeat pounding faintly. Jenna dropped her coffee mug. Shards hit the tile. Her hands shook. She wasn't imagining things. He had tampered with her lock. He was watching her. Maybe more than she'd ever seen on that video. That night, Jenna didn't sleep. She sat by her kid's door with a baseball bat. A mother turned soldier. Not paranoid, prepared. And for the first time she called someone. Not a friend. Not a sibling. A lawyer. Because Chris hadn't just crossed a line. He had erased it. SFX, dial tone, voicemail beep. Jenna's voice whispering. "Hi. I need to report something. It's about my landlord. I have proof. Please call back." Narrator, slow fade to dark emotional beat. The law moves slow. But fear sprints. And Jenna had been running from this long enough. She wasn't just fighting a landlord anymore. She was fighting every voice that told her she was overreacting, imagining it, being too emotional. Today, she fought back. The courtroom wasn't glamorous. Beige walls, flickering lights, a stack of case files taller than Jenna's youngest kid. But to her, this dull little room was everything. Because finally, someone had to listen. Chris sat across the room, calm, smirking, in his freshly ironed shirt like this was a job interview. No camera, no keys, just his word against her. SFX, papers shuffling, faint courtroom murmurs. Her lawyer was sharp, not flashy, just focused. He laid it out: unexplained tampering with the lock, Jenna's door having no mechanism, footage showing unauthorized access, attempts, and a pattern of surveillance-level behavior. Chris called it concern. Neighborly watching out, he said. Sure, because nothing screams neighborly like fake cameras in the laundry room and 1 a.m. key tests. The judge wasn't easy to read, stone-faced. But she listened. That was more than Jenna had gotten in months. Then it was Jenna's turn to speak. Her hands trembled. Her voice cracked once, but she said it all. How she felt unsafe in her own home. How her kids started asking why mommy always sat by the door. How fear becomes your roommate when the walls close in. SFX, faint echo of judge's gavel. Silence growing tense. Chris tried to interrupt. Said she was dramatic. Said it never happened. But the video didn't lie. The texts didn't lie. The look in the judge's eyes. That definitely didn't lie. The verdict? Protective order granted. Chris was forbidden from entering her unit. Jenna was granted early lease termination with no penalty and full return of her deposit. She didn't cry until she got outside. And even then, it wasn't sadness. It was relief. It was the release of months of gaslighting, fear and doubt. SFX, birds chirping. Outside wind, distant traffic hum. She called her kids. Told them they'd be moving soon. They didn't ask why. They just cheered. Jenna didn't win millions. No viral moment. No camera crews. But she won something bigger. Her space. Her story. Her voice. And for the first time in a long time, silence felt safe.